Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego. Nice morning. So, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And as I was finishing my devotional this morning and reading today's passage, my Bible that I use always has either a saying, like a famous saying, or a quote. And this one's by William Olenthorpe. And I'm really not familiar with him, but I researched him, and he was the first pope, not the first pope, the first bishop, Catholic bishop in the UK. As you know, the UK severe ties with the Catholic Church, and then they reestablished them in the 20th century, the beginning of the 20th century, and William Olenthorpe was one of the first bishops there, and he said, "Whatever a man seeks, honors, or exalts more than God is idolatry." And I thought that was pretty interesting because, when we think about idolatry, we think of worshiping other gods, other figures, or, we worshiping and other things that will represent a god. And, we kind of look at it in a religious context, if you will. But there's a lot of different idols that we can form, that we can identify and worship them. And so the passage I was reading is in Jeremiah, and God tells the people of Israel, you're going to be punished for 70 years. You're going to be captive. I'm going to allow the Babylonians to take you captive because you have been worshiping other idols. And, God had established since the beginning of the establishment of the law, he had established that, no other god should be worshipped, as not having other idols either. And so he sends this punishment to the people because, you might say, well, why is God so strict about this? Why is he so fixated on this? Why is he so strict? But God wants all the honor to be given to him, and many times we kind of deviate from that and we worship other things. Now, we're not living in those times, although there is some form of idol worship in today's times. A lot of religions have figures that they use as representations, or even other religions have things in nature that they worship, and so it is still around. But something that's more modern, let's call it more modern day, is things that we look at, and thinking of what William Olenthorpe said, whatever a man seeks, honors, or exalts more than God is idolatry. So, think about it. Is there something that we always seek, that we always honor, that we exalt more than God? Is there something that we want to have, that we think about all the time? It could be, I think I've said this before, it could be a material thing, like your car. I have a neighbor, and, he has 2 Teslas, and I always see him out there washing it, and he washes it at least twice a week, and the same car, and he just polishes it, washes it. He spends hours out there doing that, and then when he finishes, he carefully examines, make sure that he did everything to his standards, and you can tell he is he's just so involved in this car, so it could be something like that, or it could be your career. People just thrive with their career, and they just, they don't care about anything else but their career. And other people is their job, their friends, and they focus on their friends more than even their family. And so anything in our modern day, could be an idol if we seek it, honor it, or exalt it more than God. And it could be an idol. So we need to make sure that we are not doing that. I mean, it's not bad to have a car. It's not a bad thing to have friends. It's not a bad thing to to be proud of your job or your work. But when it takes the place of other things that are more important, like family, like spending time with your family, with your wife, with your husband, with people that matter, when it takes more time from things that are more valuable, then it could become an idol. And so we need to make sure that we are how can I say this? Just kind of drew a blank here. Make sure that we are clear on what we are, where we're spending our time, our effort, even our money, everything that we pour into it. Sometimes is not worth it. So anyways, that's it. I hope you have an amazing day, amazing week. We will talk to you soon.